Okay, our next speaker had a successful career as a teacher, successful careers in teaching, in sports development as an RAF air traffic control officer, and as a corporate learning and development consultant, before taking the leap of faith to follow her dreams of setting up her own business. She has successfully helped hundreds of these business leaders go from overwhelm, disillusionment and fear of getting it wrong to clarity, confidence and having the courage to be the leaders they are meant to be. Who would like to have more clarity, confidence and courage? Please raise your hand if you would. Well, listen carefully. She has worked with British Airways, Cisco and Barclays in countries as diverse as the USA, India, Dubai, Poland, Lithuania and as well as all over the UK. A participant at a recent presentation said, "Thank you so much for being inspiring this morning. The chaos of work has been a real strain on my energy over the past couple of weeks. You've helped me clarify things and convert thought into action. As I said in my aha moment, don't think change, do change. I'm feeling so much better." Bev is going to share with you now how being the leader you want to be requires a leap of faith and trusting your gut. Please put your hands together and clap very loudly to welcome Bev Hamilton onto the stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Bev Hamilton, and over the next 5 minutes, I'd like to tell you a story. A story about gut instinct. A story about the consequences of not trusting those thoughts and feelings that some people call intuition. Who believes in gut instincts and intuition? Put your hand up if you believe in that. If you don't believe in gut instinct and intuition, put your hand up. Interesting, that's everyone. So whether you do or whether you don't, what I'd like to suggest is that perhaps you can think of a moment in time when you knew something was right, you felt something was right, but you didn't act on those thoughts and feelings. My story goes back just over 9 years ago. I was working for British Airways at the time, and I'd just been promoted into a new job, which meant a bigger team, more opportunity to develop projects, and I was really excited about this job. And at British Airways, how the work area is laid out is all open plan. And then there's a coffee area up at the side and a kind of TV where people can just have a short break, watch the news, look at the share price. And I was walking back from a late lunch one day, and it was just after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And as I walked back into the area, there was a massive crowd in front of the TV. There was 30 or 40 people. I thought, this is a bit odd. And I turned round to look. And when I tell you that date was September the 11th, 2001, you'll know exactly what they were watching. Well, as you can imagine, the impact on the airline industry was profound. Overnight, everything was stopped except what was needed for keeping the operation alive. The whole thinking changed, the whole way of working's changed. But what became apparent very quickly was my fantastic new job, because I was in learning development, so not really operationally necessary, vanished. So I'd just been promoted, and this one act, the job went. Then there was a light at the end of the tunnel. The chief exec at the time said, we'd like 13,000 people to take voluntary severance. I'll have some of that, I said, because I'd always had this dream of setting up my own business. I thought, this is the opportunity. I'm going to get some cash and I'm going to be able to go and do that. So I knew it was right in my head, and I felt it was right, but I didn't make the decision. I couldn't make the decision. I thought, well, what's going on here? Is it fear of failure? Is it fear of the unknown? What is going on? And by this time I was coming to work, and without a word of a lie, I was doing a few emails, having the odd meeting, and doing next to nothing. I was bored, I was frustrated. I thought, this is ridiculous. You've got an opportunity, take it. But for some reason, I still couldn't make the decision. So, as you may or may not know, I'm very lucky when you work for British Airways, you get staff travel. And so I thought, right, the idea, I'm going to just get away. So I had a friend who lives in Indianapolis in the USA, so I bought the ticket, thought, right, I'm going to go away for 5 days, just clear my head and make the decision. And what was interesting was, as soon as the plane took off, the decision came. Stop faffing, listen to what you know is right and make the decision. And in that instant, the decision was made. So I had a really nice time in the USA with my friends, came back over the weekend, I was really, really excited, I'm going to get this pot of money, I'm going to build my business, it's going to be fantastic. So I walked into the boss's office on the Monday morning and I said, Amanda, I've made the decision, I'd like to take voluntary severance. She says, that's great, babe, you're too late.
Sorry, what was the last word you said?
You're too late.
Oh, you're too late, right.
Too late. Right, okay. So what then happened was I continued to come to work. I still faffed around, not doing very much. By this time, I was becoming like all those people I hate, whinging and moaning, and just it was horrendous. And I kept nagging, and the ridiculous thing was they were still looking for people to go, but they wouldn't let me go. And this continued for 9 months. So having not made the decision, missed the boat, it was then 9 months before they said, yes, you can. And so I left in April 2003 to set up my business. So what I learned from that experience is that for me, trusting my gut instinct is something that I need to consciously acknowledge. And even if sometimes those feelings and rumblings are no more than the effects of a good curry or the overindulgence of a good bottle of wine, more often than not for me, it's a message. It's a message to pay attention, take note, and trust your gut instincts. Because for me, the majority of the time, my gut instincts are right. I wonder if the same is true for you. Thank
Okay, so we can take a few moments to jot down your thoughts on Bev's